And how about this feat? Wow, first ever 30-60 season belongs to you. History is made by Ronald Acuña Jr. The MVP race in the National League is so fun. And his presence in it is thanks to perseverance. I was reading a lot on it and the rehab and how he kind of tweaked his swing and how he wanted to come back so much. And DeRo's always said, you've always said he wanted to put the league on notice. My goodness, has he?
Lauren, I think obviously Shohei Ohtani, best player we've seen in a long time. But if you're talking about pure swag, athleticism, doing things a little bit differently, making the game look very easy. I always talk about body movements. This guy, no one's got body movements like this guy.
He's a breathtaking athlete.
He really is.
That's a perfect word.
It's unbelievable.
And he's got a different swing than everybody. We'll eventually skybox it here. But there was so much to digest in that game. Lance Lynn had been pitching so good, but you know that he's thrown a ton of heaters since he's gotten over to Dodgers. He always has. But if he doesn't have a little bit of command on his changeup and a little bit on his slider, that is a ridiculous ask for him to get through that lineup.
Is Ronald going to have a 40-80 season?
I mean, that's 10 homers in a month and 20 stolen bases.
What do you mean by nobody swings like him? That is interesting.
We're going to get into it because he almost does things that you wouldn't teach. You can't teach what he does. But if you focused on that game till 1 in the morning, there was so much to take in. You had Max Muncy in the bottom of the ninth just miss clipping a Raisel Iglesias changeup that would have changed the entire dynamic of the game. There was just so much to take in. Mookie Betts going 2 homers after watching this guy hit his bomb. How do you get married? I was talking to my wife on the drive-in, kind of making a joke. It could go 2 ways, right? You go on no sleep, you get married. You're looking at stingy eyes and an 0 for 4 in Dodger Stadium. What does he do?
Party.
Yeah, he goes grand slam. Just an unbelievable moment. And like you said, if this is a harbinger for the rest of the series, we are in for a treat. The National League, this certainly, I know there's a lot of good teams there, but this is certainly one of those situations where you're looking at the 2 best teams probably in baseball right now, locking horns on a nightly basis. So interested to see. We
had the Dodgers and the Braves, and we did, rotation and lineup and where you guys kind of walked to the side. Do you feel very secure in your choices after last game? Can one game teach you that much? You guys picked the Braves mostly, all of you. Bill included.
You could have honestly stood on the Braves side, and that's no disrespect to the Dodgers, for almost everything. Maybe the bullpen. I know I leaked towards the Dodgers starting pitcher-wise, but if you watched Spencer Strider last night, I mean, once he got through to first, it was game on, and he was pretty much in command and almost begging to go back out for the 7th. But I know Mookie had a multi-homer game, but when you go 30-60 and get married, love conquers all, and we're going to do Ronald Acuña Jr. right here at the Skybox. So I want to dive in. And the reason I feel like he has been the MVP, it's because what he has done from start to finish. We had talked about this in April. He made a concerted effort to want to be out there and talk about his health, be out there for a $162. And soon as the season started in April, it didn't matter. He put the entire league on notice, and he has not deviated. He has been the most consistent hitter. Pause this. From start to finish. Bring up the first board of his month-to-month. Check this out. He hit .352 in March and April with a .440 on base. Oh, he leaked a little bit, hit .298 with a .372 on base and a .561 slug. Look at June, July, August. He's basically had the same month the entire season. There has not been a peak and valley. Mookie's had this just stratospheric August right now where you cannot get him out. But this guy has been crazy consistent. So I want to get into his at-bats last night because one at-bat kind of compounds and leads to the next. This is his first at-bat of the night against Lance Lynn. Pause that real quick. How many times you see an 0-0 first pitch of the game, curveball? You can't throw this guy a heater right out of the gate or it's 1-0. And Lance knows that, so he misses with a curveball. All right, let's try and get back in the zone. High heater, we're going to get to that because his swing would promote that's the one potential hole he might have. And Lance tried to exploit it. Run that back for me real quick. Once he takes this pitch, Lance is really in a bind. Run this. This is a great spit. Little two-seamer down, just off in. Stays inside, doesn't try and do too much, and hits an absolute rocket to the right side. So now he's on first base with Freddie, and he comes up his second AB. Yonder Alonso and Matty V were on the call, and Yonder said Lance is going to have his work cut out for him getting through this because he was having trouble commanding all night long. And he tries to elevate another heater to him, and it doesn't come back. Bring up the board of him against elevated heaters before we get into this side angle. Slug leaders versus elevated four-seam fastballs. Anthony Santander, Mookie Betts, Acuña, Bryson Stott, and TJ Friedel. All right, let's get back in. So the reason I say right here, leave this, that you would think you could elevate heaters to him is look at the position of his hands. When he first broke in May of 18, April of 18, if you go back, his hands were high. And Kevin Seitzer, he had struggled just a little bit, lowered his hands a little bit. So it would almost promote that if you're going to get him, you're going to get him right here. But he is a different breed. Run this. He's able to get to these pitches. And it is absolutely gorgeous what he's been able to do. Watch Freddie's reaction on this. Oops, let me cross my arms and like, how good is that? Freddie's like, don't worry, I got 52 doubles. And he's hammered that elevated heater. That's 98 from Luis Severino, top of the zone. Nate Eovaldi, 97. Soon as it came out of his hand, he wanted it back. So watch, pause. Leave that alone for a second. I want people to focus at home. We talk so much in today's game about ground balls or outs. Even with the shift out of the game, ground balls or outs, right? So you see a lot of guys that want to drop this back shoulder to create hitting the ball up in the air, okay? Like attack angle to the baseball. I don't even want to use the term launch angle anymore. It's like, how are you attacking the baseball to try and promote line drives and homers in the gaps? I want you to focus on when his foot lands, he does not have to put his body in any position to try and hit a baseball anywhere he wants to. He is going to land, and his shoulders are going to be absolutely square. Run this. And that foot contact, pause it. Boom. Look at him. Now I want you to look at the distance from his earlobe to his hands. So many guys, to try and create lag, stay tight, right? You want to walk away from your hands a little bit, but they never get almost to an arm bar with your left arm. And I say this, he almost puts himself in a position that a golf instructor that would want to put you into. He's not, the hands are just getting in the way. They're along for a ride. A lot of guys in the league are trying to create lag, pull it off their ear, and kind of take their hands through the ball. He is so beautiful that he's able to just turn now. Perfect form. Run this. Ugh. Absolute gorgeous swing. And the reason you put Bonds, 1990, Eric Davis had his hands low, 1987, 30-50 club. He's gone to a whole new stratosphere. 30-60, stealing bags like Ricky Henderson, and he's the swaggiest player in the game. Without question, having the most fun. No one can tell him what he can and can't do anymore because he posts and he plays for the team. No one did it better than Ricky. Pop the collar. Tap the head. I mean, as a kid, this is who you wanted to be, right? This is the modern day version of the Rick Dog. So just, I mean, crazy how consistent he's been, and he's been on the field, and when he's healthy, at the top of the lineup, best leadoff hitter in the game, you can make the argument. I mean, it's going to come down to the wire because Mookie, multi-homer game, Freddie's still in it. But this was a special night for a special player.